Hello everybody. I want to talk a little bit about how you can start playing with transitions within the walk. And obviously, you want to be able to ride a fairly decent medium walk at first where, your horse is in a regular relaxed rhythm and where you have a rein contact that feels elastic and, somewhat consistent, not too loopy, not too tight, where both hands are giving and taking at the same time right now as I'm doing it with Cooley. And then your legs are in, regular driving position. Inside leg is in neutral. Outside leg might be a little bit farther back, depending on, how your horse might react to those different positions. You can vary a little bit more, a little bit less. And I'm putting myself here onto a somewhat like a square shape within maybe or outside of a 20-meter circle. And so right now we're just walking, regular, nice, medium walk. And my legs are, filled with positive tension. I'm sitting up. And then I'm going to say to Cooley in a moment, hey, I want you to slow down a little bit. And slowing down doesn't happen by using more reins right away. Slowing down comes always from the inhibiting function of your knee pressure. So I will increase a little bit of my knee pressure. And before I do that, I will talk a little bit about what I will do with my hands. My hands will come up a little higher. And I will also go into shoulder-to-shoulder mode, this kind of riding that I've explained in different videos that you can find on my YouTube channel. But this is what I'm doing right now. My shoulders are following Cooley's shoulders, and my lower legs are coming on when each of my shoulders come back, right? So that is helping the horse to understand that I mean forward, while in just a moment we're going to collect a little bit, and the horse doesn't come to a complete standstill, right? So I'm going to come around the corner here. I'm going to put a little bit more knee pressure. My lower leg might go back a little bit into the supporting and slow down button area. And you see how right now, all I want is that he's making smaller, slower steps, and I support that with my shoulder-to-shoulder type of rein contact, right? And then I'm going to go put my legs maybe a little bit more forward, again, depending on your horse's preference, how much all of these things are shifting. Both hands give and take in the medium walk. Come around the corner. Always establish a nice, easy-going medium walk first. Then knee pressure comes on, hands go up, shoulder to shoulder, lower legs go back a little bit. And you can see how he's actually starting to wiggle a little bit behind me at times, which is actually a good sign. We're going back into medium walk here while I talk. When your horse starts to wiggle a little bit beneath you, that means that he's accepting your inhibiting aids that come from your knee pressure, while your lower legs are still going left-right in maybe a little bit faster vibrational frequency. But the wiggling is sort of a sign that the horse says, yes, I understand that you're inhibiting my speed, and they're slowing down their front end, but then the hind end has to figure out on how to track up. And so sometimes the horse goes a little bit out with the haunches to the left or to the right. And then it's our job as the riders to gently put boundaries to that with our legs. So if he swivels to the right, my right leg might be a little bit quicker in the response and the other way to the left. And then you just keep going. Then you go and release and dissolve, as we say in the German language, auflösen, into the medium walk. So I'm inhibiting here for a little bit and making it almost like he's a little bit too much here. So almost coming to a halt. So, and you see he's almost going a little bit sideways. And those are all attempts on his part. Okay, so I'm going to go into a medium walk again. We'll try this down here again. These are attempts for him to figure out on what to do with his hind end. Yeah, this is a little bit better. As I am saying to him, hey, slow down your walk. Make smaller, slower steps. And that is kind of the beginning. Later on, when you go into a little bit more refined version of the collected walk, your horse's head will be almost quiet. But as you can see, the coming up in the front, the pole coming to the highest point of the horse in this slower walk is the beginning of actual collection, because he learns to take up a little bit more weight in the hind end as his front end comes up a little bit. And all of this is, of course, very much in the beginning here, but it is a starting point. I want you to just, just play with these elements. Don't think you have to master them. The horses have to learn how all of these puzzle pieces fit together. And so do you. As the rider, you have to figure out how much and how little with your knee pressure. Here again, do I need so that my horse still moves, but that he's, becoming a little bit slower, a little bit more collected in his walking steps here. The French people have in their riding philosophy something that is, almost a slow motion walk that they use to practice their lateral work on or in. And, all of these things have to do with more and more finely tuned conversations that you're having with your horse. And I'm going to do it one more time here. Just little bit by little bit. And here's the wiggling again back there. No big deal. I'm having actually my reins bridged. I don't know if you can see that. And he is trying to figure out how am I going to do that. And so I get a few good steps. Very good. And then I dissolve back into the medium walk. And what you will notice is that the medium walk actually gets better from this. So there's a lot of different nuances as you're playing with these things that you can learn, and you both can learn together, you and your horse, and that will ultimately make it all look. And then we're going to do it a little bit more here. Little bit, little bit, little bit, and you can see how he's becoming a little bit more relaxed about it. And then I'm dissolving it again into the medium walk. And now I'm thinking, okay, so that's enough repetitions. Go and let him scratch himself. Let him, just walk a little bit. And that's all. Hope this was helpful for you. And it gives you something to, play with and to experiment with your horses, and think nothing ever worked on the very first time, at the very first time. Enjoy and happy riding. Thank you, my Cooley. Thank you, my good boy. Yeah.